All right, time now is 12:22 afternoon on June 11th. Ah, uh, yeah. I slept from 4:30 to 11:05, and then I went back to bed and slept until 12:15. It's a terrible sleep. I didn't immediately fall asleep. I think I woke up like four times in the middle. And I had a pretty melancholic dream where I don't know, I was in a computer lab in the International Education Center, which isn't a thing, by the way. And then I saw people like Yulia and like Liana, I think were there. And then I saw none other than what's his name? Not Brandon. I forgot what's my fake name for him. I think it's like it's a black name. I think it's like a Deshawn or something. Linda's ex-boyfriend. I saw him and I immediately recognized him and I walked up to him and I was like, "Hey, are you Deshawn?" And he's like, "Yeah, yeah." And I'm like, "Do you remember me from 2 years ago?" And he's like, "Yeah, I was about to ask you too." So 2 years ago, he broke up with Linda. I mean, in the dream, he said 2 years. In reality, is probably more or maybe less than that, but it was like far into the future. And it's like seeing another Hong Konger in America, and it's been years, and it's just like, it's just like I'll never forget my roots, even though I have my own story here now with Leslie and Michelle and all that people and Cliff and CMD. I'll never forget my roots in conspiracies back in the Hong Kong island. I'll never you know. my roots, you know. So kind of melancholic. Um, and yeah, I think I dreamed about Leslie. I'm not sure. I just remember waking up and thinking, God damn, I miss her. God fucking damn, I miss her. It's just like, when I self isolated myself from Pepper for 5 days, like for a month, 5 days later, it's like I don't feel anything anymore. But Leslie, just the more I'm separated from her, the more I miss her. God damn it. Her feelings are probably getting more and more diminished because she probably doesn't feel much about me, but I feel a lot for her. Um, God, I don't know. I hope I can like see her in person at some point in the future. Um, I don't know how, but it is what it is. Um, um. Anyways, today's gonna be a semi-interesting day. I am going to go to Century City to watch Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse with Michelle. And it's going to be my last meetup with her um, until a long time later because she's going to go to Europe a week later. She's going to visit London and Paris and somewhere in Switzerland, and then she's going to go around Rome in 2 weeks for 2 weeks, and then after that she's going to come back to LA and she's going to move to Long Beach because she's studying in Cal State Long Beach. So it's pretty much the end of chapter one, or like this chapter of her life, and this is like the goodbye meetup. Good for her. She told me that she had an Enoch moment because I see things very cinematically. I experience life very cinematically. And when she went to CMD showcase and it was like the final time she's going to be at CMD. The last time she's ever going to be in this campus until a long time later. and she said goodbye to everyone, and it was bittersweet. It was heartwarming, but also kind of sad, and I felt it. When she said that to me, I was like, damn, I know that feeling. I know that feeling. I felt the same way on graduation day, on the fake graduation, on December 4th of 2021. I felt the same way. And it's like she's told me she had an Enoch moment, which I'm happy. I'm happy people are using my name. I'm happy people are using my name to say cinematic things. And then on top of that, I have a art history class essay, which is my final. I thought it's gonna be like a multiple choice. Nope, it's an essay, and that's kind of a good thing. I can basically wing it. But I also need to finish watching a movie, How to Blow Up a Pipeline, and then review it if I have time. We'll see if I have time. I don't know. Bro. Red straw, okay. At 6 p.m.
It's 6 p.m. I don't know how to feel.
Oh.
My dad out of the grave. Just take photos of the food. What?
Thank you for sharing. You both are very sweet. I really appreciate it.
I know.
Wow.
Gnocchi. Pesto gnocchi.
Pesto gnocchi.
Okay, you are vegetarian?
No. Holy shit, I have 53 minutes of storage space. Why do I have so much storage space suddenly? Anyways, let's quickly recap today and then I'll move on. So I woke up. I was extremely tired this morning. I planned to finish some art history homework, finish watching How to Blow Up a Pipeline, film a review, and then leave, but turns out I didn't have all that time. And at around 2 p.m., I just decided to leave. I decided to take a bus to AMC Century City and meet Michelle there. And I had to wait like 15 minutes for the bus. And so by the time I arrived, it was like 2:50 p.m. already, but it's okay. We still have 40 minutes until the film begins. So she saw me before I saw her, which is weird, which is rare. Usually I see people first before they notice me. But anyways, she was drinking boba and I was like, oh, where did you get that? So she took me to a boba store and I got myself a $6.50, a little expensive, Thai tea with boba, which is pretty nice. And then we just talked and talked. And then we went to AMC to watch Spider-Man in the Spider-Verse. And I'm so happy that we watched it together. Apparently she's gonna watch it again with a friend. Hilarious, I know, but I won't rewatch it again. But it was a real good movie, and the fact that someone's watching with me made it more fun, I guess. It's colorful, it's energetic, it's full of life, and I enjoyed it thoroughly. I think it's a really great film. I don't think it's like a 10 out of 10. I would give it a 9. But yeah, it's a really, really awesome movie. Yeah, and then after the movie, the plan is I'm gonna just go home. The thing is, I haven't even had lunch, and I was starving. And as much as I want to hang out with Michelle, and as much as I think this might be probably the last time I'll ever see Michelle until the next chapter of her life, aka after summer or after her Europe trip. So I wanted to hang out with her more, and we didn't talk about anything too crazy. We just had more discussion on film 33, film 41, and me with Leslie and stuff like that. and her and how upset she is with Betsy, and all that stuff. And it is what it is, really. Um, and yeah, I was about to leave. Turns out, and also for some reason I felt a little dizzy after the film. I think it's just I'm tired. I don't know, but Michelle took me to Macy's, and I saw her dad and her aunt, both Persian, and I didn't expect that they will be there, and they're both really hungry. Michelle's also really hungry, so we all went to Italy to have a dinner slash lunch. I don't know, a meal. And I totally didn't plan that, but I was like, oh sure. And that place, I heard that Italy is kind of expensive. And Michelle's like, oh, don't worry, we'll pay for you. And I'm like, okay, thank you. So we went to this really fancy restaurant. I mean, it's not super duper fancy, but it's like, it's been a while since I've been to a restaurant like this, since I've had food such lavishly. I ordered a pesto gnocchi because I only recently had spaghetti. The aunt ordered marinara spaghetti with mozzarella cheese on top. Michelle ordered marinara pizza, margarita pizza, and then Michelle's dad ordered antipasto platter of cold cuts and bread and olives and burrito cheese, mozzarella cheese, and olives. I already mentioned olives. And then we had Italian Coca-Cola called Mole Cola. So it was a good meal. There was a heavy lack of meat, but it's okay. Like, I'm not really asking for it because I'll be having another meal later tonight because I cannot break the structure of my 3-meal plan. But this is not bad at all. This is pretty nice. And I feel full. And then Michelle drove us back home. Michelle dropped the aunt off, and then Michelle dropped me off. She drove, and it's the first time I've ever sat in her car where she drove. I think I sat in her car while her dad drove, but yeah. She dropped me off. Here I am. But yeah, it's really nice to be able to speak to her. I mean, there really isn't a lot to be said. I was really awkward. I don't know why. It's just that I speak to Michelle so much online that seeing her in person feels a little weird sometimes. And usually that's different with people. Like if I run into Benny, I know exactly how to act. But it's a little weird to see Michelle in person and off campus. Also, it's my haircut debut. Like ever since I've had a haircut, this is the first time someone actually saw me. Aside from Aiden, because he was literally there with me during the haircut. But yeah, it was nice. We talked about Leslie a little bit, and she really doesn't. Not really, but she isn't really in the mood of talking about Leslie because again, there's something really awkward about me having a crush on Leslie, her having a crush on Cliff, and there's a love square. She lost her chance with Cliff. More like she fell out of love with Cliff, knowing that Cliff is romantically inactive and also kind of gay, even though he said he's bi. And then me playing the long game and somehow working it out to a certain degree, like actually making Leslie, actually confessing to her, and she said yes to going out, and she having feelings for me to a slight degree. Again, I told Michelle how much I plan, and I told Michelle my plans for reapplying to film production, and I told her my ideas and everything, like for my personal statement 2.0 and for my writing sample 2.0, and Michelle was like, man, Leslie's a really lucky girl. And I'm like, well, not lucky now because she's not speaking to me. I also told Michelle how I basically have already completely rehearsed how my next conversation with Leslie is going to be. And it went exactly how it's going to be. Like, Michelle pretended to be Leslie, and I'm me, and I was like, do you want to talk? And I know Leslie would say no, and then Michelle said no, and it's like exactly how I predicted it. And I know Leslie's kind of unpredictable, but I'm prepared for any response. And yeah, that's pretty much it. And Ariel, earlier today, Ariel, Benny, Burke, and Eliana actually went to Paso Robles, near Santa Barbara, to visit the agave farm. And it went well according to Ariel, but Professor Cuccio did not go with them, hilariously enough. And it's hilarious that out of all four of them, it is Ariel who told me about this. I saw Ariel make an Instagram story and I DM'd her about it. And then, yeah, I guess I have about a couple hours left to write my essay. I can do it. It's gonna be easy. Though I have to say one interesting thing is I was just checking Instagram, and lo and behold, Leslie has downloaded Instagram again. Or maybe she's willing to look at my Instagram story again. But anyways, Leslie viewed my Instagram story without liking it, but she viewed it, and that's something. Finally, she's doing something. It's not huge, but that's something. Also, again, it's been like 2 days since Leslie has checked her WhatsApp, but the fact that Leslie has checked her WhatsApp after the shoot means that she has the app on her phone. But she hasn't read my messages on WhatsApp yet. So again, we'll see. Right now, I'm chilling. She is the one who needs to do something. I don't need to, okay? I don't fucking need to do something. But yeah, we'll see. I look forward to seeing Leslie again in the main campus or whatever. Yeah, not main campus, CMD. I don't know when's the next chance, but it's gotta happen. Also, the one of the graduate film thesis short films that Allegro, the Chinese producer, recommended me is still looking for PAs. I just DM'd them saying that I would like to help PA. And the reason being is that apparently the film is a Chinese period film set in the 1910s, but filmed in LA. Now that's fucking interesting because I want to do something like that. But instead of being set in 1910, I would have it set in, I don't know, 1350s. The fall of the Yuan Dynasty. But yeah, we'll see. Okay. Let's do this. Okay. All right, let's try this. Okay. All right, time now is 1:54 a.m. I just finished dinner, which is, I've never cooked this before. I've cooked noodles, but I've never cooked noodles for dinner. And also, this is like ramen noodles apparently, and it tastes pretty great. I drank all the soup, even though they're probably filled with MSG. But I cooked it with bok choy and carrots and mushrooms, and I had pork slices, and it tastes pretty fucking good. I enjoyed it. It's a nice change of pace. Today, in terms of eating, is a nice change of pace. Like I had eggs and sausages in the morning, which is something I haven't done in a few months because I'm too lazy to do that. And then I had just yeah, very late lunch, boba and Coca-Cola. It's just, you know, hefty. But yeah, I don't know. Leslie downloading Instagram and not downloading. Again, I always assumed that she deleted all her socials. Maybe she had, but then you also have to keep in mind that on day one, she was still looking at my Instagram stories and reading my WhatsApp texts. If she wanted to like delete all her socials because of the shoot, then she should have done it before day one, you know? But anyways, she looked at my Instagram stories, and I think that's a good sign that she still cares. But yeah, it's been 1 week since I've seen her, and it's suffering, you know, it hurts. I know I sound like a stalker, but I'm looking at pictures of her, and she's definitely not looking at pictures of me. She doesn't even have pictures of me. I don't even have photos of myself online. Like, why would I, you know? But yeah, you know, I really see a future with her. And I'm not saying this like, oh, we're gonna get married and have children. Like, it's just this summer, I just want to be with her. I just wanna, I don't know, I'd not go to the beach, but like maybe go to the beach. I don't know. Just walk around with her, lost in the city. I just want to do some shit like that. I got a response from Neither Donkey Nor Horse, which is a graduate thesis film. I want to work on it, you know, a period film. This could be one of the few period Chinese short films filmed in LA. And I really want to be part of it. Really want to be part of it. And so with Cliff a little bit, it's completely over for Cliff in terms of this semester, but he has like 4 editing projects. Finishing touches for WoW, we have Who Are You, which is Kuchio's own short film. It's barely been edited before. One of the Film 32 projects, Casablanca. And then we have an actor's reel that he has to edit. Yeah, and I guess one other small thing would be Michelle. Apparently she's watched 4 films today and 5 films yesterday. 4 films today, including Spider-Verse. That's pretty wild. Yeah. Meanwhile, I'm not watching anything. I'm not watching jack shit. So right now I'm just gonna... Apparently I found out that there are like 4 quizzes for me to do for Photo 1 and 1 more discussion board. So I guess I gotta do that. And then I'm gonna edit my Spider-Verse review, and then I'm done. Again, I don't know. I just really want to be with Leslie. This is like this is like Mary level of love. This is Mary level. Like, maybe more than Mary. Is it more than Mary, or is it equal? Because the thing is, like, when I was in love with Mary, I was way younger. And by that, I mean, like, 3 years younger. And it's like, it's intense, but my brain wasn't as developed by then. I don't know. But, you know, thinking back, okay, I still have every reason to like Mary. And, you know, but a couple weeks ago, I think Mary went to Japan with her boyfriend, and they were at Osaka together, and Mary wore kimono. And yeah, she's cute and all, but I really felt nothing. Which is kind of shocking, actually. I really felt nothing. I mean, it's normal for me to say that. It makes sense. Like, well, I'm in love with Leslie, not Mary. But like, a few years ago, I wouldn't expect myself to feel nothing from a photo of Mary. but now I just feel nothing. I've truly moved on from her. I still respect her, but the idea that she's like one of the most interesting people I've ever encountered, it's like I'm not so sure anymore. I feel like Natalie's more interesting than Mary. I feel like if I go up to Mary now and talk about like deep shit, Mary would just be freaked out. But then again, like if I go through my diaries and read my own thoughts and my own perception of Mary, it does make sense that Mary's like this deeply interesting person with a lot of like ins and outs, like a labyrinth. I don't know. But Leslie's the most interesting person. I think it's for sure, like, even when I thought I could be in love with Pepper, like, I always knew Leslie would be the most interesting person. And before Leslie was Potter. It's so funny, Potter and Pepper hung out today because Potter made an Instagram story of like Pepper. Good luck with them. I don't know. I really don't care. It's like, it's so funny how a year ago in April, I really cared. Like, oh my god, these Hong Kongers are hanging out. Like, Pepper and JT are hanging out without me. I'm excluded. But now I truly don't. I really don't feel a thing anymore. Like, I feel more closer to this film group than anything else. Like, I feel closer to like Cliff and Leslie and Michelle, and I guess to a small degree Tova, and none of them are Hong Kongers, and for some reason I feel closer to them. I just feel like a year later I've assimilated so much into American culture, it's just I don't have this strong urge to be with other Hong Kongers anymore, though it would be nice, you know. And Ken, yeah. Yeah, not much else. I just really want to talk to Leslie. Just really freaking want to talk to her. And it sucks that I don't know when. It's weird because during the shoot I was like walking on thin ice almost with her. Like, oh yeah, you know, like I angered her, she angered me, but it's okay because I know I'll just see her the next day. The thing is, it's different now. I don't know when is the next time I'll see her. Like, even during the semester, I know, oh, next Thursday I'll see her. You know, but really right now, I just don't know when will be the next time I see her. So, yeah, kind of sucks. I don't know, I'm just going off rambling. I should save some storage space. Alright, time now is 10:37 a.m. in the morning on June 12th, I believe. Yeah, it's been a year since, it's been 4 years since the terrible day. Yeah, I slept from 4 a.m. to 10 a.m. I was really sleepy. It's 6 hours and I don't like it, and I went back to bed for like maybe half an hour, maybe 20 minutes. I brushed my teeth and went back to bed. But I have to go. So today's a Monday, which means it's photo 1. Yes, and this is one of the few classes that have a final class this late. But yeah, today's the final day of the semester. After this, I'm done. I'm done with the semester after this. So, last night at 3 a.m., I'm like, fuck it. So I finished my photo 1 assignment discussion board, and I finished all 4 of the quizzes. They're all extremely easy, and the first 2 of the quizzes, you can basically see which questions you answered right, which ones you answered wrong, so that you could immediately redo the quiz. And then for quiz 3 and quiz 4, it's locked, so you can't see the answers. So I don't know. I hope I'm good at the last 2 quizzes. But it's easy for me, but for the average person, it's probably not that easy because it's a bunch of technical stuff, like information about photography. It's sort of like Film 40. It's kind of like film 40 actually, so a lot of people will be struggling a little bit. Yeah, today I'm going to go to Photo One for final time, and I'm gonna be leaving this place maybe half an hour later. I don't know, but yeah, and then after Photo One, I'm probably gonna go to Ralph's to buy food because I'm running out of food again. Yay. And then I'll just go home and just rest up. I probably won't do any reviews today either. Yeah, that's it. And I'm gonna continue pushing with stuff. The rap party, the reapplication to USC, and the neither PAing on the set of neither Donkey nor Horse, which seems really interesting. Yeah, immediately after film 33, I just keep pushing. I just keep pushing things, signing up to things to keep myself busy, and also the world keeps spinning. I have to keep going. I can't stop. I rested a little bit. Now I need to continue. Yeah. Yeah, and then not much else. Today is gonna be chill like that, and then after today's done, and the semester is officially completely done, and I will have nothing to do. So for like ever, for like a whole month, so I really don't know what to do. Yeah. Yeah, damn. I don't know. Again, thinking about Leslie, I feel like the next possible time I can see her. The thing is, after this semester is done, there will be a week's break. And Leslie will probably not return to CMD for about a week. And then after that, summer semester will begin, and Leslie will have to return again to work intensively. And then 6 weeks later, she'll have a break. And it's going to be her summer break, and it's gonna last like 3 weeks or something. So I want to see her before her first break, which I think has already begun. I don't know, but I'm gonna go back to CMD with Tova, hopefully, to talk about the documentary, and hopefully then I would run into Leslie, because if not, I would be quite sad. Because that's the only way I can talk to her. Or unless she DMs me on any socials, then I'm just gonna be like, well, can we talk, So yeah, that's pretty much it. Yep, he's the dolly grip, but he's working the crane. Alright, just got back from Ralph's. This is what I got. Frosted Flakes. Some lettuce. Chocolate milk. An apple. Okay. I should have a pear here. Some ravioli, Indomie, I got some chicken drumsticks, got some pork for stew, I got some steaks, got a chopped salad kit, got some shredded mozzarella cheese, got a broccoli salad box, got guacamole, and got some eggs. $35, $65. Time now is 7:51 p.m. on June 12th. So let's talk about today a little bit, and then we'll move on with dinner or whatever. Fucking. So, went to photo one today, and it's pretty much the last class ever. I was like 5 minutes late, no biggie. And contrary to what I thought would happen, neither Aiden the Hidden Hong Konger or the Chinese guy showed up. But then we also have Felipe from Colombia, who is the only person I know and speak to anyways. So for the most part, today's class was pretty boring. We spent about 2 hours critiquing photos. Turns out everyone's photos suck ass. A lot of people's photos are like bad, blurry, terribly exposed. They have nothing to say. They don't have any story to talk about. Some Koreans returned, and they were like, "Oh, this is my dog, this is my cat." A lot of students take the same photos. A lot of boys take photos of shoes. This is my shoes. I like collecting shoes. This is my dog. So cute. This is my friend. And then they have nothing to talk about. My photos aren't great, but at least they provoke some feelings, you know? Like, my first photo is literally the photo class itself. And then I have several photos from Film 33 that I thought were pretty provocative visually. It's just that apparently I have to submit 8 photos instead of 5, so I resubmitted them. And then we look at portraits, and then that's pretty much it. And while I was walking from the bus to the class before I went to class, I saw Potter crossing the road, and I took off my earbuds and I'm like, "Hi." And Potter was like, "This is a Spider-Man moment, this is a Spider-Man moment." And I didn't really know what he was talking about until I turned around and saw JT behind me. And apparently she was behind me the whole time on the bus, and I didn't recognize her because I thought she had like dyed hair or something. But no, her hair is black again, and she looks like I don't know, like Y2K slash K-pop star slash anime manic pixie girl slash girl. And I really didn't care. So I'm like, "Hi, what's going on?" And we said hi. JT's going to a class, Potter's returning from class, and he wants to eat a slice of pizza and leave, but then there's this weird guy who's been following him, so he walked with us back to the campus, and then we parted ways, and that's it. It was a very minor moment, but little did I realize that apparently this is the OG trio. Back in February of 2022, me, JT, and Potter hung out, and it's the Hong Konger trio. And I feel nothing about it. There's nothing nostalgic about it. I really don't care about JT anymore. And Potter is a nice guy, but really my main domain is CMD right now. So it just proves to me how far I've gone in life in here. And I realize this, like, all of the people I'm the closest with, I speak to the most frequently, aren't even like Hong Kongers. Cliff the Malaysian. Michelle is American, Latina Persian American. Tova is black, you know. Frigging, I don't know, Aoba is Japanese. I speak to Aoba more than Pepper and Potter. Eric the Filipino American. Leslie the Chinese. Like, I don't speak to Hong Kongers anymore. So that's pretty interesting. And after the class, I, of course, keep running into people, and I ran... Oh, in the class we have Rose, the Spanish girl, who probably didn't really recognize me or remember me anymore. But anyways, as I was leaving the class, leaving the campus and walking to the bus stop, I ran into Bree at the cafe, at the Corsair Cafe, and I was like, "I'm pretty sure she's Bree." So I walked into the cafe and I said hi, and we had a pretty nice 10-minute conversation, and, you know, she changed. She dyed her hair back to, I wouldn't say back, but it's more of a brunette now. That red is gone. There's still red underneath, but on the surface level, it's all sort of brunette, and it's sort of like a character change haircut. You know, after something insane happens, a character's haircut just changes. I mean, it's what happens. I pointed that out, and then she pointed out my haircut, which is dramatically different. And yeah, Brie met me only like half a year ago, and half a year ago my hair was like ridiculously long, so this was like new to her. And I told her, oh, this is my default look, and she's like, really? And we talked a little bit. She was eating a burrito and drinking iced coffee. We talked about IEC a little bit, working there. We talked about Film 33 a little bit. It's actually the first time we've met since Film 33 is over. We talked about how I and Tova are going to meet up and work on the doc, and I asked her if she's going to go, and she said, no, I'm not going to go. She just wants to leave it all behind. In fact, she wants to leave all the social media stuff behind. She wants to leave it to Carly, and then she's just going to dip. She doesn't want to have anything to do with it. She's not going to the pickup day. She's going to go to the wrap party, I guess, but yeah. And then, I talked to her. Apparently, it was Tova's idea. The girls' night out turned people's night out, is Tova's idea. And I'm going. And, yeah, apparently Jonathan's not going because Tyler and another person are angry at Jonathan, allegedly. Not really sure, but Bree told me that, and I didn't know that. And I think maybe it's a misinterpretation, I don't know. And then, yeah, and then we left. And I was gonna go immediately catch my number 16 bus to Ralph's, and that number 16 bus just went right past me. So I had to stand there and listen to music for 20 more minutes to wait for the next number 16 to come. The next number 16 came, I went to Ralph's, bought a load of stuff, came back, and that's pretty much it. Cleared out the trash, cooked myself 4 dumplings and some Doritos with guacamole. I have nothing to eat. I'm broke all over again. While I was waiting for the bus to go back home from Ralph's, I checked Instagram, and lo and behold, Leslie made a close friends Instagram story, and thank God I'm in it. Thank God I'm still part of the close friends. And it's a photo of herself. And she looks different. Of course, she also has to go through a character haircut. So she has straight hair now, and it sort of like goes down. And she has bangs. So she looks like an office lady now, which is an interesting new look. I wouldn't say it fits her. I would say her best hairstyle is the Monster Girl messy hair. I think that's like the best hairstyle she can have. But this would be interesting. I would like to see you in person to see how it looks. But holy shit, next time I see her, next time she sees me, next time people see us, like not just me and Leslie, but like the people, it's gonna be all different. We're all gonna look different. Like this short film has traumatized us so much so that we have to literally change our hairstyles to cope with it. So it was really great, and I was pretty happy that, I'm still included in her close friends list. She didn't like delete me off the close friends list. And also she's active on Instagram, thank God. And then I came back home and I checked it again just to make sure I'm still on it. So I overthink. What if she posted this and then found out that I'm still in her close friends list and immediately took me off the list? And I checked, and there's no Instagram story anymore. It's fucking gone. And it could either be she took me off of her close friends list, or she just deleted that Instagram story because she doesn't want her face to be out there in the world. Either way, I don't want to think too much about it. A little bit later today, she posted a photo of herself and her Korean roommate. Not really a photo of their faces, just their legs. They're hanging out, whatever. That's pretty much it. And also, Leslie looked at all my Instagram stories, including the screenshots of Spotify of me listening to music. I'm listening to Leslie Jones music, which is a Leslie reference, because Leslie's name is literally a Leslie Jones reference, and she just saw it. She didn't like any of my Instagram stories. And then another moment is No Party for Taodong, which is a band that she introduced to me. Normally she would like an Instagram story like that, but she did not. Maybe she's not liking my stories because she's mad that I didn't like her story, which is really weird because normally I wouldn't like her stories. She's normally the one who likes all my stories for no reason. I don't know. Again, I'm overthinking things. I'm overanalyzing. I shouldn't overthink things too much. It's whatever. But yeah, it's good to know she's like alive and doing well. I really hope to see her. So I want to meet up with Tova and talk about the documentary on Wednesday as soon as possible, really. And that will give me an excuse to go back to CMD to find Leslie. Also, hilariously enough, Bree asked me, "How's Leslie?" And that was such a funny question. It's like I've come to a point in life where people just ask me, "How is the girl you have a crush on?" Or more like the girl that I sort of maybe have a relationship with, maybe. And I was like, I don't know. I haven't spoken to her in 8 days. I haven't seen her or spoken to her in 8 days. And Bree was like, "Are you gonna ask her out?" And I'm like, I don't know. Because apparently it's different. Confessing versus asking out is different. I don't know. I'm learning. I don't fucking know. So there's that. And then Felipe, the Colombian, turns out he is the new president of Film Club. And Marco, the Italian guy, remains vice president because everyone hates him. So Felipe will continue to be in CMD next semester and even more involved. So he will be a recurring character, but everyone else I know from Photo One will basically disappear in a snap. Finally, Birkin made an Instagram story asking for actors who look alike, Alfredo, the character in our short film, and the shooting date is June 20th. Nani? So yeah, I'm only finding out about this right now, that the pickup day, the secret day 9 for the shoot, will be June 20th. That means people are not telling me shit, Benny's not telling me shit. And fine, because I don't want to know. I want to know, but I don't want to be too involved. I'm so tired of the short film. But also June 20th, interesting date. So now at least I know that, on June 20th, I'll have to go again. I'm going to go, and Leslie has to be there. So at least if I don't see Leslie next Wednesday, there's a chance I and Tova will go to CMD. I'm going to run around just to find out that she's not there. Even though she's always there, theoretically. But what if it's a break for her, and she's having a break because semester is just over and she's not here anymore? Then I will be really sad. But again, I don't want to be the first person who texts her. She needs to be the one who's more active. And the thing is, she's not active. And she wants me to initiate this again. I don't want to be, because it's not my fucking fault. So the best way to do it is to see her in person, run into her, walk past her, and be like, hey, conversations like this is better in person as well, because in online, she can just ghost you. She can just read it and ghost you and block you, and that fucking sucks. And Leslie, she's like a stray cat. Any wrong movement, you're just gonna offend her, piss her off, something happens. So, gotta be really careful. Alright, time now is 2:42. Yeah, I'm gonna immediately take a shower and go to bed. So the semester has officially ended. I called my mom for a little bit. My mom's in Taiwan right now. I watched an episode of Succession instead of 2, and I'm tired already. But yeah, I'm gonna sleep all day tomorrow. I probably won't go anywhere. I'll do some exercise tomorrow as well. I don't know, I spoke with Tova a little bit, and she said we can go to CMD on Wednesday to talk, but there's also a chance that CMD may not open. And my side quest is I want to find Leslie, which is what I want to talk about, actually. I just really want to talk to her. I have so much to talk to her. I realized that we haven't had a real conversation since May 20th. ever since May 20th, we either just send each other photos, or I send her photos of like nothing important. And then there's a shoot, and then the shoot ended, and we're not talking to each other, and it's been 8 days since I've seen her, and it's been a while since I've really spoken to her. Like, the last time I've spoken to her is at Torrance at the very end, where she's like, "Oh, are you excited that tomorrow's the last day?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And that's like a fucking bullshit question. Like, she's just asking me for the sake of asking me. I don't know. I don't know if she still cares about me. I know, like, last Thursday she went up to Michelle and asked, "How is Enoch doing?" And I think that's, like, a very great sign. But also, and today she read my Instagram stories and I saw hers, which is a good sign, but maybe not. I don't know. I don't know. I hate how this is like square one, square zero. Fucking square, not even square one, square zero. Like, I can't even talk to her now. Like, at some point before the confession, I literally speak to her almost every day. And I could literally say anything. And we're so close to each other. And now we're back to like square zero. Like, are you fucking serious? It's like we don't know each other. It's like we're strangers suddenly. It's so fucking bad. And I don't know, I just spent like maybe 10, maybe 15, maybe 20 minutes just thinking about all the things I could have said, I could be saying to her right now. Like, there's so much to talk about. Like, ever since the confession, I want to ask her, like, what she thinks of me the whole time. And also, like, how much I just want to talk to her about random shit. Like, I want to talk to her about, like, the next film 33 and gossip about the next film 33. I want to talk to her about Buddhism and, like, art and, like visual art, like Europe. Because of Western art history, I just took that class and I learned a lot about paintings, and I just wanted to talk to her about it, even though she's probably not interested, but I don't care. I want to talk to her about it because she seems like the person to talk to. Anything. I just want to be close to her. I just want to be closer to her than anything else and than anyone else. I just want to talk bullshit with her. I want to, like, pull up a picture of her in my phone and just say, "Look at this girl. Why is she so cute? Do you know her?" No. Man, I think I have a crush on her. You know what my plan is? My plan is I'm going to tell her that I have a crush on someone, but I won't tell her it's her. Do you think it works? And then I'm going to see how Leslie responds. It's like meta narrative. It's like I'm commenting on my own, like, story, you know? I want to do that shit to her. I just remember how she told me that I'm one of the few people who she can have high quality conversations with, because everyone else is literally stupid, but of course I'm not. I'm a fucking high 1000 IQ Albert Einstein. Like, and it's so fucking cool too, because, you know, throughout the shoot, I've been, especially in the last leg, I've been staring at Leslie a lot, and I've been secretly taking photos of her, as I have been secretly taking photos of literally anyone else, but she seems to be one of the few people who actually notice. She probably knows that I still care about her. I'm not ignoring her because I forgot about her. You think I'm the kind of guy who would just forget? No. I hope she gets the message just as much as she hopes I get the message when she went up to Ariel and say, "I'm not purely a lesbian." I know she didn't say that to Ariel. She said that to me, but she just didn't have the balls to, like, say that to my face. And the fact that we're, like, playing chess with each other, like mental chess, sending each other messages subliminally, tiptoeing around each other's. She's talking to Benny and Ariel and Michelle about me. I'm talking to Tova and Bree about her, and we're sort of tiptoeing around each other. It's just so stupid. Can we just be close together? And I'm fantasizing all this and thinking about her and everything, and she's definitely thinking about me less. But again, hopefully to a certain degree. I just really need to see her next Wednesday. 2 days later, please. I just really need to see her in person and tell her, hey, just fucking read my WhatsApp text. Just fucking read it. You know, I'll do it live in front of her. I'll type, hey, on WhatsApp. I'll tell her, pull up your phone right now. Fucking read it. Okay? Just do it. And I need to make sure that, you know, with this haircut and with my shaved mustache and everything, I'm a stronger man now. So she can grab me by the waist and whisper things to my ear and be all rough and aggressive with me, and that's great. That's hot. But also, don't fuck with the detective, because I know things. Okay, I know things, and now I can tell that she's kind of intimidated, and I want to teach her. I want to let her learn, because I am more mature than she is. Let's be honest here. I want to show that I can also one-up her. We're so similar in many ways, you know. Again, like the last day before she left China, she just went to a park nearby and without music, just stared at the view for a few hours. I watched the sunset by myself alone, like, and we write poems. We write poems about the people we love. Like, come on, that's corny as fuck. Oh man, I don't want her to read my poem too because it's so sad, and it automatically, my poem assumes that she won't be with me at all, and I'm probably right, but also probably not. And if we do end up together and she reads my poem, it would be a bit of a turnoff, or maybe not. I also don't want to be all serious in front of her. I remember how, like, a long time ago, like last year, when I was thinking about how I should appear to Pepper and how, oh, in the beginning I feel really serious and maybe I should inject some humor into my personality, like the way my personality comes off. I feel like with Leslie, it's kind of a healthy blend because I do joke around with Leslie a lot, but May 20th was so emotionally raw that I just feel like Leslie can't see me the fucking same anymore. Like, she's never seen, like, how many times has a person cried in front of Leslie? Probably a few times. How many times is it a dude who's confessing love for her? Probably the first time. Like, I know it's not the first time she's been confessed to. Probably happened a couple times, but it's probably the first time it's been such an emotionally raw confession. Yeah, I just really, really, really desperately need to see her. Like, God, if I just run into her tomorrow, like, please make it happen. Like, goddamn, this is like Mary all over again. You know, I would take the MTR and I would think, man, if I would run into Mary or some shit, like, that would be great. You know, I would imagine if Mary's right outside of my door right now, I would fall to my knees and cry. Honestly, if Mary's right outside my door right now, I would say hi. I would treat her very nice, and I would say, okay, I need to go to bed now. Talk to you later. But if Leslie's outside my door right now, that's the real shit. That's how you know I've truly moved on from Mary, is that, like, Leslie's, like, next level. Like, Mary's interesting, but Leslie's, like, she's artsy, she's poetic, she's quirky, she's unpredictable, she's edgy, she's kind of cute, and she's not, like, physically, she's not, like, a flat, you know, she has, you know, stuff going on for her, which is great. And she's challenging. She's not your average basic blonde, you know. There's something really challenging about her. And then, yeah, she just, I don't know, I just can't imagine another girl who is, like, better than her for me. Like, she is just so, like, perfect in many ways. It's just like mind-boggling. I just wish she would know how much I want to see her. I wish she knows that every single day I wake up, I think about her. And it doesn't stop consistently every morning. I wake up and the first thing, it's her. Consistently, without rest. It's like a fucking disease. I just cannot stop thinking about her. I wish I could stop. I spent a good chunk of time today, like, transporting photos and videos from the Film 33 shoot to a special folder called Favorites. And it's the favorite photos I've taken. Cool ass portrait photos of Eric, Nick, Andrew has some good portraits. Good photo of Professor Cuchillo holding a knife, a cuchillo. Multiple photos of the Indian professor. And then we have photos of Leslie, and every time she notices my camera lens, precisely 3 times, she noticed my camera and just looked at me. And she looks so natural in these posts because it was just spontaneous. She looks at my camera, I took a snap, I walk away. And all of them are beautiful, but there's one where she's standing beside Carly and Cuchillo and she's stroking her emerald necklace. The necklace the other Chinese girl bought for her. And there's just something so like symbolic about it. Like a picture speaks 1,000 words. Like all the pain and anger and rage and suicidal thoughts and teenage angst all stored in this one emerald necklace. The other person that she loves staring at me, and I love her. And she may have some feelings for me. I hope she does. Please, God. And it's just... the emerald, when I mentioned the emerald necklace incident to Ariel, like just these words, I never elaborated. Ariel's like, ooh, the lore. Yes, my son, the lore goes deep. Alright, time now is 1:26 p.m. on... Why do I have 30 minutes just disappear from my phone? Okay, let's not worry about that. So, time now is 1:26 p.m. on June 13th, and today is officially the first day of the summer holiday. Woohoo! Wee-hee! I have nothing to do today. I'm just gonna stay at home all day, I believe. I'm in my pajamas, which means that I will be doing some exercises. I'm gonna do them on my bed, but I'm gonna go down off of my bed and do it on my yoga mat because when I confessed to Leslie, I told her that I do push-ups on my bed, and she's like, well, it's a soft surface, so that it's kind of pointless. And she has a very good point, so I'm going to do it on the yoga mat. I had a dream where I and Tova went back in time, but we had to do a lot of research. We went to Wikipedia to find out all the previous shorts from my college and tried to map them all out, which was pretty fun. I think I'm actually going to do that in real life today. That's it. I woke up and the first thing I think about is Leslie. I really don't know. I hope I do run into her tomorrow, but I don't know. I really don't know. Maybe she's gonna be gone. There's no way of predicting what's gonna happen next. There's no way of predicting what's gonna happen next. Either way, I have to see her. Either way, okay, if I do not run into Leslie on Wednesday, then I'll have to somehow find a way to let her know that on Thursday there will be a bit of a hangout event. And hopefully she shows up by then. I don't know. yeah, I really don't know. For a moment, I was pretty sad yesterday because I thought Leslie took off me from her close friends list. Turns out, not really, because this morning she had an Instagram story where she essentially reposted Crystal's Instagram story of steamed fish and also a bok choy mushroom dish. Holy shit, you know. Last week I was craving steamed fish and soup. And yeah, so I'm jealous. I really want to eat steamed fish. So I liked Leslie's Instagram story. Leslie also had an Instagram story yesterday where she's sort of standing beside the sea and her hair sort of like going out, but you can't see her face, of course. I liked it and then I unliked it because I'm scared. Okay, why am I making the first move again? She should be the one making the first move. But this morning I'm like, you know, fuck it. I'll like her Instagram story. I don't even have to explain why I would like her Instagram story. There's nothing to be explained. It's good food. So there's that. And then in other news, today I'm gonna try to handle the lease. So I had a call with my mom yesterday about the lease situation because I would like to renew my lease for this apartment until December. But that's not how it works. You either lease it for 9 more months or 12 more months. And then after that you just you know, leave. But the thing is, if I renew my lease for 9 more months here, which it means that right now it's June, it's going to go all the way till next year March. But I will have to move by then to USC. So I either move in December and then just pay for 2 more months of rent for no fucking reason, and that's like $3,000 US. That's terrible. Or I move in the middle of March, which is, I thought it would be okay, but after talking to my mom's like, okay, that's impossible because you would be in the middle of studying and then you have to handle moving, you have to find an apartment in the middle of moving. It's going to be really, really tough. Like, I'd rather you do it this summer than in the middle of freaking March. But I don't want to move this summer because if I move this summer, then it's going to be a pain in the ass for me to reach CMD. It's going to be a pain in the ass. I want to be close. I want to keep living here until December at least. So today I'm going to try to talk to the leasing agent and convince her to let me live until December or some shit like that. On other news, the USC graduate thesis short film, Not Donkey Nor Horse, has replied to my email saying, yes, we would love to have you PA. What are your dietary restrictions and what is your availability? Fantastico. They should have made a Google form and then just give it to me the way I do it. You know, hey, I'm a bit of a pre-production master right now. Ha. Damn. I wish if Leslie decides to make a short film or something, I wish I would be able to help her do it, to produce it. You know, I realize I've never actually had people help me on my short film before. Like, despite being friends with Pepper, I've never worked on her short film. She's never worked on mine. I've helped Aoba a couple times. Aoba has never helped mine. Like, my short films are very, like, people just don't help it, aside from Christian. And I don't know where's Christian now. But yeah, we'll see. We will definitely see. And okay, technically with Leslie's scene, it's technically her short film, but I don't see it that way. You know, it's not very much a short film. You know, it's just a class project. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see. I'll do reviews, I'll watch more episodes, TV, movies, I'll eat food, and hopefully I and Leslie would reach some sort of conclusion. Alright, time now is 12:10 after Midnight. I just finished dinner, which is rice, chicken drumsticks with a soybean marinade sauce, really interesting, and some broccoli fried with garlic and kimchi. Very rudimentary lunch. Literally chicken and broccoli. So, yeah, nothing happened today. I stayed at home the whole day. I procrastinated the whole day and did nothing. Fucking did nothing. I ended up having a phone call with Zara for 2.5 hours, for 2 hours and 20 minutes long, and I totally did not see that coming. So at around 6 p.m., I was gonna start filming my reviews, but she said she wants to call, so instead of reviewing, I called her, and we talked a lot, but it was mostly me talking. So she wanted to talk about movies with me, but really it ended up being my romantic life. So I ended up telling her about Leslie, because that's like the only thing on my mind right now. And also, I didn't want to tell people about Leslie. I wanted to keep it secret. And once she becomes my girlfriend officially, then we can then I will tell people. But like not now. I want to keep it under the wraps. But the thing is, I can't hide it from her. I want her to know simply because I'm in love with a girl who named herself after Leslie Cheung. And her favorite film is Happy Together. And it's like, and I just want to talk to her about it. And I just talked and talked and talked, and it took me like 2 hours to explain like everything. And I tried to keep it simple, but I mentioned, the time I went to watch Seven Samurai and she was there. The breathless incident where I and Leslie were upstairs at the campus, writing the script. And like the time she grabbed me by the waist and told Simon to get off of the set. And Zara got a little jealous. Zara's like, wow, that's so romantic. Like, I wish that would happen to me. And it's so funny because I've never dated before. I'm a loser romantically. And Zara has dated 2 guys. And Zara has, probably done stage 1, 2, 3, 4 or something. And, 5 is sex, And I haven't done jack shit. I haven't held a girl's hand. I mean, I've hugged a girl, but that doesn't count. I've hugged Leslie. Does that count? Nah, that doesn't count. A hug is a hug. A hand holding is a hand holding. But yet she's jealous of me because she told me how life is so normal to her now. Like, she's single now. For the last few months, she's been single, and she is fine being single because, I mean, again, and I hate that she told me this. I wish I don't know. But she said dating is boring because there's a guy, you speak to him, eat lunch, leave. Yeah, and I said, oh, don't spoil it for me because that's yet to happen. Okay, I have no storage space. I'm gonna clear it up. Hold on. Alright, it's 1:22. I really don't know what to do right now. Yeah, just gonna continue. So I had a 2 hour and 20-minute long phone call with Zara, and she's a little jealous. So okay, about dating, right? I don't know. Like, part of me thinks that if you have to ask someone out as part of the dating process, and that is like the most traditional American thing ever. And it's like you have nothing interesting to do other than to watch movies, eat food, walk on the streets, and that's it. But it doesn't have to be like that. Like, I feel like just me, even though like I and Leslie have tension, there's tension between us right now. But like just on the film set, me staring at her and her staring back at me and her occasionally playing with my hair and me secretly taking photos of her, I think that's already really fucking romantic. And that's probably 100 times more romantic than just eating food and not saying much. And Zara said that she agrees, and that's why when she dated a guy, I think it's her first, she wanted to do special things like going to the sea and scream at the ocean, or like go to the freaking Daimedok in Taipo in the middle of the night and like kiss and hug there, whatever that means. But that's cool and all, but I wouldn't go to the ocean and scream at it. I personally, I really don't know. I feel like that's what I'm kind of scared. Like if I and Leslie do become a thing, I go to USC, we're gonna be separated, and then once in a while, maybe once a week, once a month, we'll meet up in person, and it's just gonna get blander and blander. Like we talk on WhatsApp a little bit here and there, we meet up in person. It's just gonna really suck. But I don't know. I don't want to think too far into the future though, because next semester I'll still be in the same college, so I'll still be seeing her around, and I think I think just by seeing her around in person and knowing that she's alive and well and she's doing things already makes me happy. And I think we don't have to actually go out and quote unquote date. There's so many other things we can do. Like if we work together on a short film and we see each other day after day, that's an experience. If we go to a trip together, like again, like I thought about what I should give to Leslie on her birthday. Really, like the best gift I could think of right now is to bring her to Hong Kong and just show her around. I think that's fucking amazing. Like that would be amazing. And then of course watching movies with her is great. And the thing is we're both film lovers, cinephiles, so that makes it more appropriate for us. But I mean, simple things like walking around in Ralph's would be fun because I would be like looking at the vegetables and fruits, and then we'll be looking at the meats, and we'll be talking about what to cook and what to buy. Like simple things like that is really fun. And I could go to her place, she could go to my place, and it would be interesting. And there are so many other things we can do. Like we can experience something. Like we can go through a storyline. Like if a person hates both of us and we have to fight that person together, like that's romantic in a way because there's a story in it. There's a story in it. I don't know, we get stranded. We go to some place and we get stranded and we get lost. That's something. I want to do that with Leslie. So instead of just, I saw a meme again, like a week ago, dating in a nutshell, and it's just like walking on the streets and eating food and sex, and it's boring. It doesn't have to be like that, really doesn't have to be. Like my experience, my confession to her on May 20th was powerful enough to to really last a really strong memory on me. But yeah, we'll see. Okay, anyways, multiple other things also happened today. So right after the call with Zara, I filmed the reviews, and then I did some push-ups and sit-ups, and I was really hungry, but I had to do that. And then I took a shower, and after that it was already like 11, so I cooked myself dinner at very, very late at night. And before I worked out, or after I worked out, Birkin randomly called me and told me that the rap party will be on the 18th, which is like, what the fuck? Because in the when to meet website that I set up, not a lot of people are free on the 18th, but Birkin's like, well, that's like the only available time before the 20th, next Sunday. So I'm like, okay. And Birkin told me to say it on the Signal group chat because I started it, and he wants this to be my thing. But really, I think Birkin wanted me to say it on the group chat instead of him, is because he doesn't want people to hate him for it. So yeah, I said it on the Signal group chat, and a lot of people said they won't be able to show up. NJ, Dominic, Nick, Tyler will not be able to show up because they're working on another Professor short film. People like Eric and Skylar won't be able to come because they're working on the Solidarity feature film. And then some people like Gustavo have to return to Brazil like this Thursday, like a couple days later. And then apparently that day is also Father's Day, and Alex said he wants to hang out with his father more. So yeah, people will barely come. But yeah, we'll see. Another thing is I spoke with Tova a little bit, and I spoke with a lot of other random people a little bit. I spoke with Allegro a little bit, and I told him, okay, I've spoken to the not donkey nor horse production people about PAing, and they allowed me. I asked Allegro what's his role in the film, and apparently he's UPM, so that's pretty interesting. He said he doesn't have a lot of experience. Me neither. I was UPM for like 2 days for the Indiegogo campaign shoot, and I sort of did UPM stuff. But at the end of the day, it's kind of a vague position. It's kind of a vague position. It's like you're the producers, but you're not the producers. That's the definition of a UPM. But yeah, still interesting. And then Allegro asked me if I'm free on Thursday afternoon to see a screening, test screening of the Anywhere the Wind Blows short film that John L. made. And I'm like, yeah, I want to come. But I'm not sure because on Thursday night there's the Tovas hangout. So, and then like Allegro immediately told John L. And then John L. WhatsApped me asking me if I'm actually coming. And I'm like, yeah, maybe. And then he just assumes that I would come, and he asked me if I could bring my passport because he wants to use it as a prop. And I'm like, sure. So I guess I have to go now. So Thursday will be interesting. And then I spoke with Tova a little bit about tomorrow's plans. So tomorrow I will meet up with Tova at CMD at 1 p.m. I have to wake up early, eat a quick breakfast lunch, go to CMD, and hopefully CMD is still open. I checked the calendar. I'm a little worried that it won't be open because the semester is just over. But then at the same time, the calendar said that theoretically it should be opened. So we'll see. And my side quest is I really need to find Drew and Leslie. If Drew isn't there, then we can't sort out the footage in my hard drive. Because Drew wouldn't be able to open the editing bay. And if Drew's there, Leslie would be there, and I really need to speak to Leslie. I desperately need to. So again, like when I spoke to Zara about Leslie today, Zara was like, wow, like the way you describe her, it's like so cinematic. And I feel like after telling Zara all this stuff, I realized there's more positive than negative, and now I'm feeling like good about Leslie again. Like yesterday I felt a little bad, today I felt a little better. Like there's still a chance. I don't know why, but like it's still kind of a roller coaster. Right after the shoot I thought, okay, I and Leslie have a great chance of coming back together, and then I got a little disillusioned a few days later. But now I don't feel bad again. I don't know. I'm still in her close friends Instagram list, and I liked her Instagram story. And she looks at my stories. I didn't make any stories today, though. I don't know. But I gotta speak to her. I really do. And I feel like after talking to Zara about Leslie, I feel like there's so much room for me to, like, talk to her. Like, there's so much for me to tell Leslie. There's so much for me to talk to her about. Next time I see her, I'll compliment her hair. And I already know, like, exactly what to say. I'll say, oh, your bangs look great. They're cute. And also, like, what Michelle told me is that I should start flirting with people. The thing is, I don't flirt with people because that's not my style. But I do agree that her bangs are pretty cute. And I want to say that to her face. But then I'm going to be like, oh, but the straight hair, I'll think about it, So yeah, we'll see. And yeah, I'm low-key expecting that she won't show up tomorrow. And the thing is, I want to tell her that there's Tova's meetup on Thursday and there's the rap party on Sunday. And I don't know how to tell her. I feel like there are no other connections. I mean, sure, I can have Ariel text her, but I text her more than Ariel does. I text her more than like who else texts her. I don't know. It's just I should be the one who tells her. So if I don't find her tomorrow, I may consider just WhatsApping her and be the one who initiates, even as much as I hate it. Um. But yeah, and I told Zara all this, and Zara said maybe even though she's like manly and tomboyish and more aggressive, maybe she's still hoping that you would be the initiator, that you would be more active. Maybe that's true, maybe not. But either way, I have to do something. I feel like I've punished her enough. I originally thought, okay, if she texts me, I'm just gonna ignore her. I'm just gonna leave it on red. But then I thought about it and I thought I've already punished her. Like the fact that during the shoot and for a week after the shoot, I did not speak to her at all, and she started asking people about me. I think that's already a punishment. So I'm gonna speak to her again. Also, it's a shame because she wanted to watch Taxi Driver at the Academy Museum on June 20th, but we can't because it's going to be Rural Mexico Day. But it's not over because on June 30th, Landmark New World is playing 2001: Space Odyssey, which is a film that I want to watch even more because I just recently watched Taxi Driver with Cliff. But again, watching Taxi Driver with a girl you like is just like peak. So I don't know. Hopefully it'll happen again sometime in the future. But yeah, I'm gonna tell her that too. If I see her tomorrow, I'm gonna say, well, we can't watch Taxi Driver, but we can watch 2001: Space Odyssey together on June 30th. And I haven't told anyone about this. I did tell Cliff, but Cliff said he can't go. But I want to go with her. Yeah, and that's pretty much it. Excited for tomorrow, a little bit, perhaps.